The only tool needed for assembly is a powered screwdriver with a Phillips head bit. First, locate the box labeled Parts and Assembly Instructions. Inside you will find all of the hardware needed, including some spare bolts and other pieces. The assembly manual is also in the box, which can be used to identify parts. Assure that the floor is level and clear of any debris. The floor should fit tightly. Place the panels between the metal guides. Begin wall construction by starting with a rear corner. The top side of an external wall panel can be identified by the bolt holes. The exterior wall slides between the floor and the outside metal guides. Slide the panel over to the white spacer. While one person steadies the panels, another can install the corner metal. The top of the metal should slide over the panels, and the bottom slides between the panel and the metal corner bracket. Line up the holes in the corner metal with the T-nut holes in the panel. Secure using a 3/4 inch bolt. Do not over-tighten, as retaining a little movement can help align the other holes. We find it to be helpful to place the metal panel brackets on top of a panel in a ready position. Make sure gaps are closed between panels and install the tie plates, 3 per seam. Install seam fillers hard side towards the exterior wood and push into place. Continue this process for the rest of the interior. Strips of mass-loaded vinyl and foam are used to form a seal in the corners. Fold the vinyl strip and push into the crack, making sure that the top and bottom are also sealed. Push the included foam strips into the corners, ensuring a good seal. The door is the heaviest panel, and it should be handled carefully. You can use half of an unassembled door handle to open the door at this point. To install the door handle, first begin by removing the lever with the enclosed pin to expose the bolt holes. This side will go on the interior of the booth. Secure the 2 bolts, replacing the cover. Doors are factory set, but they can be adjusted if you find that it takes too much pressure to close or if it's not making a good seal. You can find more information about adjusting the strike plate on our website. If you have a very low ceiling and little clearance, install the ceiling before attaching the door panel. You'll need to push on the roof panel from inside to access the bolts. The ceiling drops in from the top. It's a tight fit and may require a little pressure and wiggling to install. Install the roof foam. Cables help to tighten up all the seams of the booth. Attach the side without turnbuckles to the top of a panel bracket and secure the opposite end to an opposing panel bracket. If a cable is a little too short, then use one of the included S-hooks. The cables need only be hand tightened. Do not use tools to over-tighten or it can cause problems like warpage. Skirts and seam strips Velcro on and give the booth a nice finished look. To run power or audio cables into the booth, remove the foam from the cable port. Pass through the cables, wrap the wires, and re-secure the foam. The vent boxes attach with industrial strength Velcro. Place the supply air vent box with the grate in the lowest hole, and the box with the hose attachment in the highest holes. The vent hose has an arrow symbol, which should point towards the fan. If you have a large booth with multiple systems, try to separate the boxes with the fans as far from the supply air grates as possible. This provides better airflow across the entire booth. We offer several different lighting options. Our standard lighting velcros to the ceiling in any configuration that you like. If you have perimeter lighting or flush-mounted LEDs, then the power cables will already be pre-installed. Again, we make 1,000 different configurations. This booth may not be specific to your design, but we're glad to help you. Give us a phone call or an email if you have any questions at all. Thanks again for choosing VocalBooth.com.